Okay, we are recording, and we are here on 26th of September 2018. This is part of the second session of the storytelling therapy course in September to December 2018, and I'm about to talk people through a story composition process. Okay, are you ready? Yes? Raise your hand if you're ready. Yes, good. Okay. Draw a character. You might start on the upper left corner of the page. And you might hold the page like this, the long way.
Landscape.
Landscape, that's right. And on the upper left corner, you might begin, because I think all the Indian languages and English all begin on the left, on the upper left, right? There are a few languages in the world that when you write them, they begin on the right side, but I'm not sure what they are. So,
Urdu.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Urdu goes from right to left?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
from right to left.
Okay, so actually, if you want, you can start on the right, you can start on the bottom corner, you can start in the middle, you can, Usha, you're back.
I am back.
Wonderful. Get a piece of paper, like A4 size if you can, or any paper, and a pen, and you're going to draw. Okay, and what you're going to do is you're going to draw episodes of a story. So you can even start in the middle of the paper. But what you're going to begin with is a character. Now, you might say, I can't draw a character because I'm not a great artist. But don't say that. You can use a stick figure. Does everyone know how to draw stick figures?
Yes.
Yes, you can draw a stick figure. So just maybe close your eyes or slow down and imagine a character. Now this character, she or he, one thing you're going to imagine is, where is she? Is she at the beach? Is she in the forest? I'm going to alternate between he and she. So just choose he or she. Is she at the beach? Is she in the city? Is she walking? Is she sitting? Is it daytime? Is it nighttime? So you want to imagine, where is she? And you also want to imagine, how does she feel? And, like what does she want? Is she hungry? Is she sleepy? Is she, does she want to go to college? Does she want to go to law school? Does she want to go across the street and buy, some apples? Just playfully imagine a character who might want something, big or small, and part of it is, where is she, and what does her hair look like, what does her clothing look like, and you can just represent it with a few, lines of your pen or pencil. It doesn't have to be realistic, it doesn't have to be great art, but try to invite a character to mind. Okay? So repeat in your mind all the things I've just said, that she might be in the city, she might be in the country, wherever she is, she might want to go someplace else, or she might be happy there. Or she might be very happy that she has reached a place. But try to feel it out just for fun. Of course, there's no wrong answer. Just for fun. Who is the character? And, what is she about? Is she holding anything? Is she interacting with any animals or with anybody else? Okay, so just sit for a few minutes and try to come up with a character. And you might think a little bit of if she wants anything, big or small. Big
And
in
we
terms.
have to draw it. We have to draw it on the top left hand side.
You don't actually have to start on the left-hand corner. You can start anywhere. You can start on the lower left-hand corner. But you start someplace. Start someplace. Actually, if you put her in the middle, then you can, on one side, you can draw her past, and the other side, you can draw her future. I think last week, didn't we do that tree activity? The tree of life, or the tree of self?
We discussed
we
it.
did. Oh, we discussed it, but we didn't do it. Okay, so now we're actually doing it. With the tree activity, the past was the roots, and the future was the branches and the leaves and the flowers and the fruits. But in this activity, this character, she might have a past, she might have a future. So if you like, you can put her in the middle, so that you'll have space on either side to draw her past and future. But first, figure out who she is, who you want her to be, and how she feels, and what she's doing, and if she wants anything. Okay, just take a few minutes.
I have a doubt actually.
Go ahead.
It can also be a he, right? It's not.
Of course.
Because you were concentrating more on she. I was like.
Yes. No, he, she, he.
Okay.
And it can be a non-binary character. You know, now some people say, I'm non-binary. I don't identify as he or she.
Okay.
I have a friend like that. Take a minute. I'm not going to, we'll be in silence together for a minute as you explore this. Hema.
I'm not able to be in the line. Is it audible?
Yes, I see a keyboard in front of you. Does that mean you're on a laptop?
Yeah, I got a laptop and I was trying through that too.
Bravo.
Okay.
We're drawing a picture. If you have a piece of A4 paper or any paper, blank paper, and a pen, draw a character who just comes up in your imagination. And the question is, who is she or he? Does she, how does she feel? Where is she? Is she in the forest? Is she in the city? Is she in a house? Is she sitting down like all of us, or is she walking? How does she feel? And at first glance, does she seem to want anything? Anything big or small? A small thing would be she wants an apple. A big thing is maybe she wants to get married, or maybe she wants to get divorced, or maybe she wants to do a PhD. Maybe she wants to be prime minister. So just draw her as a stick figure, or him, and try to flesh out from your imagination who this figure is. And now, if you do have a sense of, if it's a character who wants something, the big question is, will she get it? So on the far side of the paper, you say you began writing her on the left side. Now on the right side, visually draw a representation of what she's hoping for. A big, beautiful chocolate bar, or a PhD diploma, or anything else. Give a visual representation of what she's hoping for. hoping to achieve, hoping to create. Put that as far away on the piece of paper as you can from her. And then you know this story is going to be about what happens as she or he tries to approach that goal. What help does the character need? Does the character need money? If so, how can the character get money? Can the character benefit from friends, from animals? Divine intervention? What could possibly help the character in her quest? And likewise, what could slow her down? What could prevent her from getting what she wants? Now, I know in real life, often we ourselves are our worst enemies, right? Procrastination and everything else. But it's very hard to visually represent that. And somehow in stories, the practice is to project internal blocks onto external symbolic figures and objects. So if whatever might be blocking her or slowing her down, try to represent that with a physical object or a character, maybe a villain character of some sort, who is keeping her, blocking her progress. So that's the story. What happens along the way. Okay. This has especially been developed by a psychologist in Israel named Muli Lahad, and he's very strict. He says you have to fold the paper and make 6 boxes, 6 rectangular spaces, and he calls it the 6-part story method. And for him, he says it's a diagnostic tool, especially to assess a client's ability to overcome difficulties, because the client imagines the difficulty and then imagines a way to overcome the difficulty. So for him, it's an assessment tool regarding people's problem-solving abilities and their, in imagination, their perseverance of the character. But it can also just be done for fun. So give us a sense. Anybody, what character did you come up with? Did anyone come up with a character? Rena? Okay.
There's a young fairy. She stays on a rainbow, and she's weaving clouds. She loves to play, and her mother keeps telling there are other siblings also, and why is that you're not responsible? You got to be more serious. But she loves to play, so she's sitting on the cloud and weaving clouds.
Mm-hmm. And how do you feel? Do you feel she's just fine, or do you feel she should be more responsible?
I'm enjoying the character, actually.
Okay, so the mother is being overprotective or overcautious, you think, or over something?
So I feel it's good to loosen up, and she's just enjoying life, and she's just jumping from one cloud to the another cloud, just enjoying the nature. But there's only one chore which she's got to do is weave the clouds. So she's weaving those clouds.
Weaving? Like weaving cloth?
Yeah, clouds.
Clouds. She's weaving the clouds.
Yeah.
Is she making a fabric out of the clouds?
No. She's weaving the clouds. So she stays on a rainbow. And all the siblings, all these fairies, they have got a chore. So her job is to weave clouds every day.
And So when she weaves a cloud, we can see the cloud.
Yes, yes. So
Okay,
there's
so
too many clouds here.
okay, so she's doing something productive and helpful for
Yeah.
us, so we can have clouds.
Yeah.
And rain comes from clouds sometimes, right? So and sometimes clouds block the sun.
Yeah.
So she is doing productive work. So her mother really shouldn't be upset.
Because she's very playful, so no one takes her seriously.
But as you say, she is weaving the clouds.
But she does her job. But
Mhm.
with that, she's a very playful fairy, and she keeps jumping from one cloud to another. She keeps singing, and she's a very happy fairy.
Mm-hmm. But her mother's a little bit tighter. Her mother's a little bit. It reminds me of that story about the grasshopper and the ant. You know, where the grasshopper is just playing music, and the ant says, "Oh, you shouldn't just play music because you should, get ready for when the rain comes." And the grasshopper says, "Oh, I don't have to worry." But then finally the rain comes, and the grasshopper doesn't have a home. The grasshopper doesn't have any food, and I forget if the ants help the grasshopper or not. But the point was, I think the point of the story is that we should be more like the ant and less like the grasshopper.
Yeah.
But that's a moralistic point of view. I guess in life we have to strike a balance, right?
Absolutely.
Between being playful and serious. And one way to look at it, as my wife put it one day, you can be playful after you make sure, we have the necessities. Nice. So you've brought up this issue of freedom as opposed to family obligations and various obligations. But it's a mixed story because she is doing some productive work, but that work, it seems, is fun and pleasure for her.
Yeah.
The weaving of the cloud. So it's not even work, but she is doing something helpful. Nice. Okay, somebody else. Go ahead, Kata.
So I'll show the half part of my story first.
Mm-hmm.
So sorry for this bad drawing, but still I tried my best.
Beautiful.
Okay, so this is Katha, who is basically a dancer.
Mm-hmm.
If you all can see, she's dancing on stage. And if you could see over here, there is no audience. Okay, so you'll find only chairs, but there is no one sitting out here, nobody watching her dance.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a dream of Katha, who always wanted to follow her passion of dance. And this dream she keeps seeing in her life. But she couldn't follow this passion because of the time, because of the families and everything. She could never follow that dream of her. And I think that's where she wanted to go in life. And she follows her dream, and she finally finds that, okay, so I should not blame time or my family for what I want to do. It's me who can make it happen. And that's how she finally land up to a stage where there's a lot of audience, and she starts performing her dream. So that's how, I mean, you should follow your dreams. You should never ever say that the reasons are always there, but you should never blame the reasons. You should always find your own path if you want to fulfill your dreams.
Wonderful. Okay, so at first she's on her own and there's nobody in the audience.
Yes.
And her family is discouraging her.
Yeah.
But she just keeps on.
Yeah.
She has that perseverance. Somebody else had that perseverance quality, but your character really embodies perseverance. And then her dream came true. Right?
Yeah.
Because a performer's dream is to have an audience and a big stage and lights and to communicate with the public.
Yes. So the idea here is, Eric, there are a lot of dreams we all keep dreaming about, that we want to be this. But we always blame our situations. that I don't
Mm.
have time. I have a 4-year-old kid. I cannot find time out of it. So how to manage my home, or how to manage my home and my kid all
Mm.
together.
Mm.
So I think you have to find your own path if you want to, actually see your dream happening.
Mm-hmm.
So you cannot blame the situation. So that's what I have learned in my life, and
Mm-hmm.
that's what my character was all about.
Mm-hmm. And sometimes we have to make compromises. Maybe we cannot all be famous performers, but we
Yeah.
can teach,
Mm.
and we can study. We can be journalists. In the arts, especially, very few people make a living
Yes.
directly as artists, but
Yes.
many people make a living as teachers and journalists in
Yeah.
relation to the arts. So if we persevere, somehow our love can grow and blossom, even though it may be in an unexpected way.
Hmm.
But in your case, your character got her dream full on. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay, somebody else? Shankar, why are you smiling?
So I'm wondering whether I have drawn or something. So that's what I'm not that good in drawing, but
It is not about being good in drawing.
okay.
As I say, you can do stick figures. Tell us the story.
Okay. So you want me to show or shall I? Yeah.
Give us a glance at it, and then you can put it down. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Put it down and just tell
Okay,
us in
I'll just
words.
tell you so that
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know.
yeah.
So the character is my friend. Okay. He is one of the very good topper in my college. He's still a good friend of mine. So the thing is, he has good idea. He has good, technical skills, but he does not have the correct platform to keep all those things in display. So what I feel is he's supposed to invite all those things. He is supposed to show it to public that he has something in him which has to attract. So that is what is lacking in him. So what happens is his friend, that's myself. So I help him out to actually get all his skills out. So he becomes a great person, and he develops his own, a motor or any technical knowledge, any technical product, and he's able to sell, and he's able to keep it as a copyright, so where nobody else can, copy the same mechanism. So that's what.
Okay, so there's one character who has a lot of talent and a lot of energy and a lot of ideas,
Yeah.
but somehow he's not able to organize it and
Yes.
bring it to fruition.
Yes.
But then there's another character who is able to help him organize it.
Yes.
Wonderful. That's a good team.
Yes.
Great. Okay.
Yeah.
We can always also we can look at all the characters in a story as different aspects of oneself. That is the real psychological approach. That is the Jungian approach. That we may say this character is me and that character is somebody else, but actually each character is representing a different part of us, and you can see it in that in what you just said, because each one of us has a part that has wonderful energy and all, but may not have the sense of structure and organization and consistency to be practical about it. And then there's another part of us that is practical. So you want those two parts working together.
Yes.
Which you've done. So say if you had a client who didn't have so much the practical sense, maybe you'd encourage them to, or you tell them this story, or you'd encourage them to develop a story with these two characters, so it would help them recognize and appreciate and build up the organizing character. Yeah, so if you recognize a weakness in somebody, or that somebody is very strong in one area, but not so much in another area, you might create a character or encourage them to create a character representing the character that needs to be built up. Good. Okay, Bhavani Shankar, did a character come to you? Yes?
Yeah,
Oh
there are
boy,
some characters.
fantastic. Tell us.
You can see about 6 pictures are there.
Uh-huh.
Okay. It is about women along with the child stand near the seashore and enjoys the seashore.
Mm-hmm.
And after some time, they go to the shops and buy all the materials, and they enjoy. And as the child grows up, the mother feels the girl is playing with the cell phone and also enjoying with car and other costly items.
Mm-hmm.
Then the mother gradually gets upset. The way she wanted, way she lived, the child is not behaving. The girl is not behaving. Okay, then the women do exercise and then keeps herself calm.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I have written.
Okay, tell us more. What exactly is the mother unsatisfied? Why is she unsatisfied with her daughter?
The daughter enjoys her own life. She fiddles with the phone and she enjoys with the car and all the facilities, luxury facilities, which mother didn't like.
So the mother somehow resents her daughter's freedom? But is her daughter being responsible? Is her daughter going to school? Is she getting good grades? Is there something the daughter is not doing that the mother feels she should be doing?
No, the daughter already got married and moved out of the house.
Uh-huh. So how do you feel? Do you feel the mother is being reasonable or unreasonable?
No, she has to accept the reality. That's it.
She has
Accept the reality of the changes.
The mother should accept the reality. So somehow the mother is being a little rigid, it seems.
Yeah.
Or a little egocentric. Okay.
Yeah.
So the mother has to accept. Mm-hmm.
And after some time, she does exercises and calms her down.
By exercising, it helps the mother calm down? Okay. That's true. But also we want to help that mother get over her anger. The mother sounds a little angry, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Okay. Mo Shumi, tell us. Okay.
It's basically my favorite character is a fool in the tarot card.
Okay,
so,
just a moment. Bhavani, Shankar, Usha, and Hema, please mute yourselves because we're getting a little interfering sound. Yeah, go ahead, Maushumi, go ahead.
So these are dark clouds.
Mm-hmm.
She's come out of it, and she's a female version of a fool. Of the tarot cards or the cards in general, because I really like that character. It's so happy-go-lucky and yet so wise. And there's a monkey with her. I don't know if it's showing. That basically represents all the fun animals of nature. There's the sun shining. There's a lot of butterflies and flowers and stuff. She's happy, but she's also very lonely. So she's looking for her tribe or her community. So these are people all holding hands. There's a heart in the middle. And I was wondering, what are the things which are stopping her? One is she has to open her heart, and also time. She needs to be more. She needs to give more time to this kind of activity. So yeah.
Wonderful. And you enjoyed that story I told at the end of the session last week about that girl finding her tribe of women healers.
Yeah.
So this character is also looking for her tribe.
Yeah. True.
So to find a tribe, you have to help the character really explore what she loves to do.
Yeah.
Now there's a term for the communities that we join. It used to be that we were born into a community and we stayed in it, depending on the geographical place and one's caste. But now people are can do a lot more traveling on various levels and can join communities of choice. This is a term now in sociology, communities of choice. It's like a tribe.
Yeah.
So to help any character or any client find her tribe, she has to really do some soul searching about who she is and what she loves to do and what she's good at. So we know from this character a number of things. We know she's coming out of a dark cloud. Is that it? Okay, so she's had some difficult times, maybe relating to being alone or lost. But she has some help. She has the monkey. She has a friend there. And monkeys are magical, especially like Hanuman. I don't know if we discussed Hanuman last week. The way he can jump suddenly such a long distance and transform from small to huge. That kind of shape-shifting abilities, I think we often associate with monkeys. They might have some magical power. And you say this is a card in the tarot system, the Joker?
Yes, yes.
Is it sometimes male, sometimes female?
No, it's always male.
Oh.
But, yeah.
So she is.
I feminized it, kind of.
You femalized the Joker. Excellent. Excellent. I don't know much about tarot card system. Can you tell us anything about the Joker character?
It's a 0. The number is 0.
Mm-hmm.
So it can mean nothing and everything. And it also means infinity. So there's a lot of magic associated with it. It's also free from society in a way because it's not part of the numbers. So,
it's free from social norms.
Obligation. Yeah.
But still she yearns for community.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So she's a free spirit and she needs to find other free spirits.
Yes.
Is the Joker figure in tarot card at all related to the jester figure that in the West and I think also in India, it seems there was a tradition that at court there would be a kind of a foolish character who would entertain the king. Is the Joker related to that sort of thing?
I don't know for sure, but I do relate the two. So for me, they're very related because they're both wise and they see the lightness of life and they can make others see the lightness and the wisdom of joyfulness and play. So, yeah.
But she also, aside from all the play and the humor, she also has her own serious needs. In especially in relation to finding a community.
Yes.
Interesting. Great. Okay, who else? Rena, you told us one, Rena, I think. Did you tell us yet?
I shared.
You gave us one. Okay, Hema, did you have a chance to do one? You joined near the end.
I'll do. I have completed it.
Go ahead, just tell us anything. Yeah, tell us what came up.
The girl who stands for Clean India.
Okay.
And, stories motivate this youth population to think about creating a better clean India with various strategies to remove the waste. So
is this part of the national, I know there's a national campaign headed by the Prime Minister about this. Yeah, are they using a character to represent the effort? Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So, does she have any magical powers?
Finally, storytelling will be the mode of creating the awareness, motivation, true stories, inspiring stories, transforming the attitude. So,
but what can she do? I mean, I struggle to encourage the corporation here in Chennai on our street to come and pick up to empty the garbage bins, and sometimes I sweep the garbage into a pile to make it easier for them to clean up. What can this? She's a teenager. This girl.
Yeah, she's a teenager and she's able to reach the youth through stories and through insight, thoughts.
Mm-hmm. But can the youth really, I don't know, on a practical level, what can the youth do? Isn't it a matter of management by the corporation to do this cleanup, or what can people do?
No idea. I'm not complete with that. Next week I'll be.
Okay, maybe she can also communicate with the corporations and facilitate the whole process. Okay, sometime when we have a long time, I'll tell you all the things I do to try to keep my neighborhood clean. I've created a WhatsApp group because I've learned the telephone numbers of the corporation supervisors, and I bother them. But I also do a lot of cleaning myself. I'm known as sort of an eccentric character in the neighborhood because I go out with my broom and my shovel. Okay, leave it.
Okay.
Usha.
So I'm writing about some comics where the when you throw waste in a improper place, not in the right way, you get some shock.
Yeah, your voice. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of dumping. People just dump stuff. They dump construction rubble, tree cuttings, old furniture. So we need a heroic superhero character who's going to stop them or tell them the right way to do it. Good. Maybe that's one of the things she can do. Good. Usha,
to take up responsibility.
Yes, she has to encourage people to be more responsible and to have more of a civic sense that they should be concerned for the community, not just for themselves.
Yeah.
Right? And she can educate people about that, and hopefully she can she fly? I'm wanting her to be able to fly. I'm thinking of Mani Mehali. Anyone in Tamil Nadu know Mani Mehali? The daughter of Kovalan and Madhavi. She became a Buddhist, of course, like her mother Madhavi, and but Mani Mehali could fly, and she became a Buddhist, and she had a bowl of rice that no matter how much rice she gave to people, there was still more rice in the bowl. It was an endless bowl of rice, and I think that represent the endless nature of her Buddhist teaching, the endless value of the Buddhist teaching. And there was a man who wanted to marry her, and I think she refused to marry him because she felt her work was too important. But okay, I hope this cleanup heroine can really have a strong impact. I'd be interested to learn more about her. Okay, Usha.
Yeah, Eric. Yeah, I've drawn this. Can you see?
Yes.
You see,
yes. Yes, but go ahead. Tell us in words.
Yeah, this is like the same like her. I've done the Swachh Bharat. Like Swachh Bharat, Prime Minister's thing, Swachh Bharat.
Okay.
That is same like that lady is a leader who is going and telling everybody not to dump anything, not to use plastics, and use manure pot, because here we in Mangalore we go to all the schools and tell children and show the pictures how you can how you should keep everything clean, environment and all. Same like how the other lady talked, the friend of us. Same way we are going every Sunday morning and doing the same character. Our leader is one lady. She's doing that. That is the character I have done.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay, I hope.
We go to all the schools. Yeah.
Good. And I hope she will also go to the corporations and tell them to. Every Sunday we do the thing. We clean the streets. And even we are going and educating the children in the school. Actually, basically, we have to educate children, not the already children is our future generation. So it is better we do this education in the schools. And especially parents also. Okay, but tell me more about the actual character.
This lady, the leader, is telling everybody to dump the thing in the proper place, not to throw everything on the road, don't mess up the thing, and let all the others live also peacefully, like trees, animals, and everything, environment thing.
Wonderful. Okay, so she's a. It sounds like you're both describing a human being.
Yes.
But somehow I'm associating her with a character who can fly, or a character who might have some sort of supernatural abilities. Okay, so did everyone tell about a character? Everyone except me. I didn't have a chance to do it. But this was an example of how you can make up a character, or you can summon a character to mind out of thin air. And there are other ways to do this sort of play. You can just take 3 random words. You know, a tree, a computer, and a mobile telephone, and you can ask people maybe in teams of 3 to make up a story about these 3 that use these 3 words, these 3 objects. And each group will come up with a very different story. If you want them to think about a particular thing, say you're at a company that makes computers. So maybe one word would be computer, the other would be tree, the other would be apple. So by thinking about apples, trees, and computers, they would make up stories in a playful way that might bring up some of their thoughts and ideas and emotions and plans relating to computers. Another type of story play is just to improvise and say, okay, I used to do this with my daughter. There was somebody walking. Is she walking on the beach? Is she walking in the city? Or is she walking in a forest? Somebody choose. Anybody. Anybody. Any one of you. Choose. Where do you want the character to be walking?
Beach.
Beach. And you want it to be a boy or a girl?
Girl.
Girl. Okay, so the girl is walking at the beach, and suddenly she saw a big, everybody unmute yourselves now, so you can speak instantly. So Shankar, Bhavani Shankar, please unmute yourselves so you can speak easily. Yeah. Okay, so she's walking on the beach, and suddenly she saw a big, anybody, what did she see?
Shark.
A shark. Was the shark still in the water, or was the shark up on the sand? Anybody?
Was it in the water?
Still in the water. Okay, but a very shallow water. And the shark was looking at the girl was looking at the shark, and did the girl say something to the shark, or did the shark say something to the girl? What do you think? Maybe
girl said, "You are very beautiful."
The girl could observe.
Okay, the shark said, "You're very beautiful," but the girl said, "I don't care what you say. I'm scared of you, and I know you're a shark, and I'm not going to go in the water." But anyway, you can see how this can turn into a story.
The girl said, let's be friends.
Let's be friends, but
Maybe in
it's
fantasy world it's possible.
Yeah, the girl said, well, maybe we can be friends in fantasy world, but I don't think we can be friends in the water, because shark, we know that you live by eating flesh. So, that's just the nature of the situation. But then the shark said, what, is the shark going to say he's a vegetarian shark? No one's going to believe him. Anyway, in this way, you can just improvise and make up a story out of thin air by asking your listener to choose between, it's like multiple choice. Choose between A, B, and C, or asking your listener to fill in the blank. What did she see? Did she see a shark? Did she see a seashell? Did she see a boat? They can fill in the blank, and then you can, keep going from there. So, so these are just, a number of different ways you can help people get started in imagining things, in playing with their imagination, and then seeing what comes up. And maybe what comes up will help them think about issues that it will be beneficial for them to think about. Okay? So we did not do a couple things today that we were planning to. We did not get to any life stories. We certainly will next week. And we did not look at my essay very much. But I'm glad we did this drawing exercise. Does anyone want to say anything before we end the session? Does anyone have any thoughts or questions, comments?
Yeah, I have one thing. So you actually, continue the story, right? Is it necessary that the story has to be true, or is it okay, like we put our pepper, salt, and make it more interesting?
Yes, pepper, salt.
Yeah.
These stories are not true in the sense that they did not happen.
Okay.
But they are true in the sense that they are manifestations of our feelings and our ideas and aspects of ourselves.
Okay.
So they have an emotional truth to them, but certainly not a historical truth.
Okay. Great.
And again, the point of these activities is just to bring things up and put them into play and discover the conflicts or the contradictions or the issues that people are thinking about. Okay, any other questions or comments? All right, well then, first of all, let's stop recording. Remember, we started recording just about halfway through.